Joined now by John Cruz. And, John, we just talked to Brandon Polinick, and, he's very much into the fitness as you are.
Right.
And I asked him flat out whether or not he thought he could take you because you're a little bit older than him.
I
He
am.
said he doesn't want any part of you, though. What do you think about that?
I am 100% meaner than Brandon. There's no question. But he is technically a wrestler. He's a state champion wrestler. And so that part about it could even out the playing field. I think it would be one of those, it would have to go like, it would be a trilogy of matches. It wouldn't be just like one and we're done.
He says you're both the same height, and so that you are, you guys are probably middleweights, 145, 150, somewhere in there is what I'm guessing, which I was in the 8th grade, by the way, last time I saw that. But, you got that band thing that you've been working out with, that new gear that you've been working out with, and I don't know, I told him that might be something that would work for him if he wants to kind of build the mass that you got.
Yeah, see, that is not programmed for building mass. That is to stimulate your nervous system. That's why it's called the neuropack. And so that makes your muscle twitches, everything faster and more efficient. It's all about speed with that neuropack, and that's what it's all about. So I'm not going to give him all of my secrets, bro. I mean, this is not going to happen, man.
He thinks you have more mass because you're older than him. He says, as you get older, you kind of build a little bit more mass. But he definitely did seem a little bit intimidated. I don't on the water because he's pretty intimidating on the water, but I don't think he was pretty intimidated by you physically.
Well, probably 15 years ago, I weighed 15 pounds more, and I was about the same body fat percentage. So I had a lot more mass back then. Honestly, fishing is an endurance sport. And with my body weight being less than it is as it is now, I'm much more better fit for fishing. I can last longer. I can go longer. Practice days and not get tired. I can recover faster. It's all about being more efficient on the water, and I can recover faster. So that's the whole combo. Why I've actually dropped some weight from where I was years ago.
On a serious note, you mentioned the nervous system. Having a win this year right off the bat, getting that victory, how does that set your mindset up? This is a non-points deal. This is a 3-day deal. I remember a few years ago here you were working the show and you were miserable. I could tell you wanted to be on the water and fishing this thing. So now you come in as a champion this year and one of the favorites here in this deal, one of the hottest fishermen out there. Mindset-wise, what's that do for you?
Well, it helps out the bank account real quick. That's probably the number one thing. But mentally, it's probably the fact that you have made a bunch of good decisions. You know how it can happen to win a tournament. It'd been 12 years since I had won a national event. Sometimes you start to wonder, like, is it going to happen again? You almost forget the feeling of what happens when you win a tournament. You just have to get the right breaks, and if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. You're not going to get every single fish in the boat. Sometimes you lose fish on the first day that it doesn't matter. You still win the tournament. So you can't get hung up in losing fish or anything like that, because if it's meant to be, it's going to happen anyway. So you just got to focus on what you can control and then worry about everything else at the end.
Finally, you said the Quiver will deliver.
Right.
Are there any left anymore? Because we've seen a lot of times when a guy says something like that on national TV, on Bassmaster Live, there's a run on those things, and it's tough to get the product. Is the Quiver still delivering?
We are still delivering quivers. That is happening. There was a run on them for sure, but as you might imagine, there was a little run on them. But I have a plenty in my box, and Brian Schmidt got more. I had to resupply him. He loves that quiver. Obviously, he won Lake Champlain. He caught the majority of his fish on that quiver as well. So I think it will play for both of us here this week.
There you go. And, of course, John Cruz, Missile Baits, he invented that quiver. So, there's that too. All right, man, I appreciate you. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Tom.